This episode contains sensitive topics. Discretion is advised.
Welcome, everybody, to Lusty Lounge. Please find a seat. We are here today, myself, Puce, with Alt.
Hi.
And Minka.
Hi.
Please place your orders for your drinks, and the waiter or waitress will be around shortly. Maybe.
Do we not
even
serve
have staffing?
food here?
Do we have staffing?
Of course we do. Lusty Lounge is a very high-class place. Very classy.
Do we serve food?
Yes, every bar food.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know
pretzels.
this, but in my state, you can't order a drink at a bar or a restaurant unless you order food first.
What?
I'm okay with that. I feel like more places should do that.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't think it's a bad idea, but it is a legal requirement here.
Well, yeah, because they don't want you to just drink straight alcohol and then go drive. They want you to eat the food so the alcohol has something to absorb into so you don't get as drunk.
Yeah, so it's...
Science.
Even though there's other weird kind of bullshit drinking laws in my state, that's one that I'm actually no, I'm kind of understanding of that one.
All right, you
Yeah,
hear that,
I fucks
audience?
with that.
You gotta order your food, then we'll serve you drinks. With whatever staff we might have. Alright. This week, we'll be discussing porn collecting, our porn collections, what kind of collections we can have, what we want to collect, all that junk. I have filled Minka and Alton on absolutely nothing, and we will be flying off the cuff.
As the kids say.
So, let's start with what we each have in our collections as far as porn and other porn-related memorabilia is concerned. Minka, what do you got?
Well, if you've listened to our last episode, I actually mentioned one thing that I might still have in my collection, but it was a DVD that I bought from FYE that was a lesbian porn DVD. Definitely not made for women. I can tell you that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so that was kicking around for a while. Real awkward to watch, honestly. And then other than that, I have Sunstone is a comic. I would almost call it porn. I don't... There's lots of titties, for sure. And, it's
A lot
kink.
of tasteful titties.
Tasteful titties, and it's definitely high kink, so there's BDSM stuff, but I don't I remember if there's actually any intercourse shown. I think there's definitely some implied and stuff like that, but I have that comic series, and then other than that, I have probably... Of the thousands of pictures that I have saved on my phone, I would say that 80% of it is porn. And then on my internet browser, I don't know that you would technically call this part of my collection, but on my phone's internet browser, I have probably 80 to 100 tabs open because I used to look stuff up and be like, oh, okay, well, I did my thing, close it. And then I started to realize that sometimes I wanted to go back to those ones that got me off. And so I started to save the ones that I really liked. So I've got my little collection of tabs on my phone as well. But I would say, for the most part, that's my collection.
Wait, so do you mean you have
out.
100 tabs open in your phone, or you have 100 tabs saved?
Open.
How does your phone work? Oh my god.
Even if you
what
have a
phone
brand
do
new
you
phone,
have?
how is your phone not take 20 minutes to open an app?
I'm guessing it's because they're on the quote-unquote private one. If I go into the thing and then I can go to basically different sets of tabs.
Okay.
I still feel like that should slow your phone down by miles.
We gotta have a conversation. What phone do you have?
iPhone 7.
Your phone shouldn't be functional.
Your phone shouldn't even be alive.
No, it shouldn't.
Well, you treat things well, and they'll take care of you.
Yeah,
You're
but
not treating your
you're
phone
not.
well.
Your phone's as into BDSM as you are.
Shit, yeah, apparently. Your processor should just be goop at this point, honestly.
No, my phone works fine. Well,
7.
works
What-
fine
that's
for
what you
a
want.
Where are we up
believe.
to on iPhones?
works
13,
fine for like a
14?
a 7-year-old phone. Yeah.
13s are getting ready to come out or be revealed, quote unquote, in
So
a few
your
months.
phone's 7 years old and you're running 100 tabs on it. I don't think that should be a thing.
It's working.
I could see if they were bookmarks, that'd be different. But you said tabs.
That's why I
You
said
they
like
were
that's why I had to ask
open.
if she meant bookmarks, and I was like, "There's no way."
Here, I will go and while you guys talk about your collections, I will check and see how many. I could be wrong,
I hope that's a vast overestimation.
but we
Dear
will,
Lord, that's terrifying to think about.
we will see.
Like, I thought when you said 100 tabs, you meant on your computer. And I was ready
Even
to see like a
still, that's a
screenshot of
lot.
like a bazillion little windows open. Alright. Well, Minka figures out how
God.
much porn she's got hidden away in her phone. Oh, what do you got? As far as porn collections.
Hold on, I gotta Google the name of it. Because, you can't call it a manga even though it's manga sized. Hold on.
Manga sized. What do you mean?
It's the size of a manga.
Like a volume?
Yeah, but there's a specific word for it. Starts with a T.
Tankobon.
But they also have
yes,
issues of manga.
Thank you. I have 3 going on 4. The word Minka used. Dojins. I have a handful of one-shots that my friend got me from Comic Cat. Bless his soul. Both of, raunchy bullshit and not raunchy bullshit. One's super fucking wholesome. Some stickers that were forced upon me and a few that were stolen because reasons. Melanin, because melanin.
Okay.
And a few, they're not mini posters, postcard prints, a few prints I got for free because I kept showing up to the booth because people took too long to answer my question.
Anything digital?
I mean, other than, the literal thousands of pictures and a few videos. Well, actually a lot of videos, maybe like 100 videos.
Were you going to say something, Minka?
I didn't really think about like art and posters and prints and stuff like that. I've got quite a few of those as well that I've got up in my room.
I have a lewd B2 tapestry, but it's not porn because her clothes are still on.
And
So-
you're about to get a lewd figurine.
Oh, I've got 2
I don't
books.
have any figures. One's coming in the mail someday. We'll see. Depends on when Japan's getting their shit together. Hi, future alt here. I have the figure because Japan got their shit together. You can see a post of it on our Twitter at twitter.com/Lusty Lounge. But back to the show.
I think the one I'm buying you is at least implied lewd.
I've got 2 books from my friend and amazing artist Valentine Barker called Cephalopods, and they're all drawings of women
Tentacles.
with either their own tentacles,
Yep, there it
or
is.
interacting with tentacles. They're fantastic. But I
Minka,
calculated,
did you just
I
get
counted.
all hot and bothered just talking about them?
What?
Did you just get all hot and bothered talking about them?
Probably.
Don't worry about it, because it's not like I have a picture of myself also drawn from him with tentacles. So it's a very unique art style. It's not like a super realistic art style, so it's not like...
Oh,
You
curious
mean-
now.
You mean tentacles having sex with somebody isn't realistic?
Yeah,
I mean, it can be. Depends on the tentacle.
well, Did I not tell you guys about the scene where I had a dead eel up my ass?
Stop. Stop.
Okay.
I'm gonna cut you off right there.
But I counted 159 tabs in my private one,
Wait.
and then 51 tabs
Say
in
that
my
again.
normal. So 159 porn tabs and 51 normal. So over 200 tabs.
How does your phone work? I don't get it.
Minka, we need to buy you a new phone.
I
Is a grown ass woman.
Yeah, I
Buy her
can-
own goddamn phone. Phones are expensive.
plan on at this point I've stuck with Apple for a while just because like me and my best friend both have it, and there's a lot of things that I've kind of bought that have integrated with it well.
But that poor thing needs to be put out of its misery.
Yeah, so I plan on upgrading to one of the newer iPhones at some point soon. But like, what if it doesn't let me have as many tabs?
It probably won't because it doesn't want to die.
This one's doing fine.
I don't think it is. Just based off my basic electronic engineering, no. All right, Puce, what you got?
I have 0 manga. I have 0 posters. I have 0 prints. I have 0 figurines. I have 0 tabs open. And nothing downloaded.
So use a basic ass bitch.
Yes.
So when
And I
you're
mean that aggressively too.
so when you're scrolling social media, whichever one, any of them, all of them, and you see like a sexy picture, you don't save it?
I look at it and then I move on to the next thing, and then I move on to the next thing.
I don't. No, because I know I'm gonna forget, so I'll just save it for later.
Nope. My mind is as fleeting as my porn. I just flip through it. Doesn't matter if I find it hot or not. I just keep going.
I don't understand how you do that. You gotta explain.
Ooh, I've got, like I said, like probably 80% of my pictures are porn, and I've got over 14,000 pictures on my phone.
That's on your phone. Your. Okay, I forgot about that part.
Treat it well, and it'll treat you well. You can tell me all you want about how phones should work, but I can tell you my phone is
What's
working.
crazy is she can't even put an SD card in her phone.
Nope, sure can't. So those gotta be not great quality because iPhones do not go past 256 gigabytes. Well, the
Yeah, and
older
that's
ones
the
don't.
iPhone 7. That's like 128.
Hold on, let's see how big my phone is.
7 inches. No, they're probably
What?
6 inches.
7-inch
'Cause my-
phone?
I was gonna say yeah, because my
huge.
phone's 6 inches. That's right. Or the screen is 6 inches. That's right.
Oh dear.
Yeah, you're right.
I didn't know we were. I knew we were gonna yell at me for my weirdness in this episode. But I didn't know we were gonna be confronted by Minka.
My phone is a 128 gigabyte phone.
Those got to be some real not great quality pictures, homie.
I was like, they might not
Are you
scale up
looking at
well,
like
but
8
they are.
pixels or something?
No, they're perfectly high quality for the phone.
For the phone, which
Yeah.
is upresing because the Retina display on the iPhone, so the iPhone will show you things that aren't really there.
Sure, but like I look at them on my phone, so they are none of them are
Your
pixelated.
phone
None of
screen's
them
so
are.
tiny.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd be having to put stuff on my TV to be like, all right, I gotta zoom into the details sometimes.
I use my phone for masturbation.
I got
Our
a whole
screen
ass
size is
computer for that.
4.7 inches.
Oh my god.
Almost an inch and a half smaller than yours.
Hold on, let me double check. 6.2.
Let me double
This
check
thing
my
has
model.
122 frame refresh. I didn't know that.
I have a
That's
6.9
stupid.
inch screen.
What fucking phone do you have?
The 20 Ultra. Why?
I've got the 21.
Yeah.
Regular, just regular. There was no point getting an Ultra.
I just got it because it was a good deal.
I was gonna say yeah, there was no good deal at the time, so I was like, just give me 21. It's fine.
All right. But yeah, when I'm looking at porn and things to excite me, it's either a story and I'm reading through it, or if it's pictures or video, I'm skimming through the pictures really quick, or
Why are you skimming through them quickly?
Depending on what it is, like sometimes I pause, but other times it's like, oh, image loaded, click next. Image loaded, click next.
Who's the artist? I think it's Cute Sexy Robots. Is that what they think that's who it is?
I don't know.
I know you don't know. You don't use Twitter. I have to zoom in on their stuff because I'm like, there's so much detail here for no reason.
Oh, holy crap! I looked them up. Wow, that's some high definition art.
Yup. One of my favorite art. I think they did just draw my new favorite character from Xenoblade, and just like, I didn't ask for this, but thank you. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know.
But yeah, I
feel like
I don't see the point in saving stuff.
I feel like you'll like
come
those
back
a
to
lot.
it later.
Hughes. Lots of big titties.
What am I liking?
They're not even that big. It's the bad part. I can find someone who does big titties, but I'm not gonna do that. It's
What
too
am
much
I
work.
looking at?
Cute
Your
sexy
phone.
robots. Robots.
Oh, yeah, I just
not
looked that up.
robots. Robots.
Yeah, I always thought it was robots too. I was like, oh, I've
robots.
been saying it wrong.
I'm impressed. I like the art.
I don't know if they're American or Japanese. I want to say they're Japanese. I think.
So, like, how do you guys decide what to like buy and save?
Well, the manga. So, for the manga, I read the first volume online and was like, this is old enough. Fuck, who has to have it? Then they didn't. They were sold out, and I was like, bitch. So I went to Right Stuff before they got bought out by Sony. Bought bought 2 volumes. Went to an anime convention. One of the volumes was just there in person, so I was like, cancel order. Buy book now. Okay. I have both books. Yay. I had a 75% off coupon from a bookstore, and I was like, what's the most degenerative thing I can buy to make the person uncomfortable? I was gonna buy Metamorphosis, but I'm like, no, they don't know what that is. They don't know what that word means. So I got a Yuri anthology. No, an incest Yuri anthology, which is literally the name of the book. And when she brought it out to me, she looked at me like, I'm gonna hope the Berserk is for you. And I was like, no, it's for my coworker. And she just looked at me. She looked at the books, and she's like, well, I hope you enjoy your book. And I'm like, I probably won't. And I drove off.
I'm glad you could scar some lady.
She was around my age, and I came back and I actually saw her yesterday when I went to the same bookstore. And she's like, so did you enjoy the book? I was like, yeah, it was way better than I thought. And we started talking about that for like 10 minutes before I realized there was a line of customers behind me, and I had to leave.
You should have told her about the podcast. Alright, so Minka, how do you find and save and buy all your stuff?
So, truth be told, most of the stuff that I actually have, like, you know, the art, the pictures, all of that kind of stuff, like, I'm not keeping that for masturbation purposes. It's like, if I find something and I really like it, like the Sunstone stuff has a really good story, plus it's got lesbian kink stuff, like, so I absolutely love it, so that's why I bought it, and the artist is my absolute favorite artist in the world. And so I bought those because I was like, I want to have those. I'll probably read those multiple times. But the stuff with the pictures on my phone, all of that kind of stuff, I'm not saving those for like masturbation material. I'm saving those because I'm like, oh my God, I love that. Like either it's so sexy or like gorgeous or beautiful or like so well done or whatever. It's just like, I just want to save it. So later, you know, if I'm ever randomly looking through my phone, I can be like, oh shit, oh yeah. Or like possibly sometimes it's like, oh hey, this is a thing that I might want to do like an online erotic roleplay with, or some things are even like, this is something I might want to do a real life scene about. Like, so it's all of that kind of stuff is why I usually will save those things. As for all the tabs, that's where I usually get my masturbation material. So depending on the day, depending on the time, depending on a lot of things, is where like my brain and my horny is going to depend on what's really going to turn me on at that moment. So I have a bunch of different fetishes that I have that I will go through and basically find multiple things that fit that. Because sometimes it'll be a thing where it's like, oh, this is one I really like. So sometimes I can go to that, and whether it be like a doujin or 3D video, sometimes I can either read it or watch it and just get off to just that. But a lot of times it's going to take me longer than that. So I will have multiple things on the same kink or fetish or whatever that I can then jump between and be like, okay, I'm just focusing on feeling good right now with, the magic wand. So I'm just going to keep going through this stuff, and it's like, it's all turning me on and I'm feeling really good. So I'm just going to keep focusing on that. And then, at some point I might come, and if I do, awesome. I hit that. And if not, like, I'm still enjoying myself, still having a good time. So that's why I have all those different tabs, is because like I sometimes jump between different things, and it's like this day, like this one particular thing, like Fuda, might turn me on a shit ton, and then the next day, or the next time I do it, it's like, yeah, like it's hot, it's sexy, but like the thing I'm really looking for right now is bondage or whatever. So as for most of the physical stuff that I collect, it's more because like I want to support the artists or whatever, or because I just find it beautiful and I want to be able to share it, either by like hanging art in my room or by having these comics that I can share with other people and be like, you really need to read this, or just go back and read myself. Whereas the digital side is kind of a mix, because like every now and then I will find like a doujin or something where I'm like, oh my god, I really like this. I want to make sure in case it ever goes away that I've saved all the pages. So I will sometimes save those as well in my stuff, but for the most part, the pictures aren't really for masturbation. The pages are.
Interesting.
Like, what is the reason for your like collecting stuff?
Depends on what the thing is.
Like why do you got your doujin?
I wanted to read the other one because it wasn't on the website, and I'm like, well, Faku has to have it. And they're like, yeah, you can buy a digital copy, and I was like, you can go eat a bag of dicks, fuck you. So I bought a physical copy, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you, Faku, holding up my entire. I'm not gonna get into that. When my friend went to Comic Cat, I was just like, just find stuff, and he was like, anything? I'm like, yeah, anything. And he was like, yes, whatever you can find, just bring it back. And that's how I got my one shots.
Really quick tangent on that, because I recently went to San Diego Comic-Con for work. There was a time, and I'm sure if you find the right place, you might be able to find it. But there was a while there where the people who were selling manga, and some doujin would also have some like hentai and stuff that you could buy there. But
how do you know that? You said you weren't allowed to take breaks.
This time. But I used to. There are times I've attended San Diego Comic-Con. But what I'm saying is like that's how it used to be. But San Diego Comic-Con has started to crack down on that kind of stuff. So basically, like no porn comics, none of that.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so it's harder to find that at a place like San Diego Comic-Con. But there are other conventions where, like Comic Cat,
anime convention.
Yeah, where like they're
well, Comic Cat is all just doujin.
Right, like that's what it is. But
and that's not super accessible to the rest of the planet because Japan was like, no.
But
foreign.
yeah, a lot of just anime conventions are going to have all of that kind of stuff because like they understand that, yuri and yaoi are huge things for a lot of American people. And
oh, you're talking about them. My god, I hate them so much.
But yeah, like go ahead.
So there is a booth called OTP for your one true pairing. And they frequent a lot of conventions. I know them personally. Like I know who the people who run the convention are because we've had security go, "Hey yo, y'all gotta calm the fuck down, or I will hurt you. I will give someone my badge, and I will beat the shit out of you," because they were just being obnoxious to people around them. But that's all they sell. They sell gay porn. That's it.
And you don't like this?
I don't like the people that run it because they're obnoxious and annoying. But before we had an incident with them, I did like poke around. I'm like, this is all just Yuri and Yaoi. There's nothing else. There's literally that's it. There was no BDSM, no Futanari, no MILF, no Shota, just gay dudes, gay women.
From my understanding, there are manga shops in Japan that will have those kind of sections too, where it's like it's not necessarily like even porn stuff, but it's like, oh, here's all your
Yuri,
it's just
here's all your
Yuri and Yaoi. But that's not my problem with them. My problem with them is that they only sell Yuri and Yaoi, nothing else.
Right.
I feel like that's a you problem.
No, we've had other people that's right. You don't know how well, Mika. You know how convention staff can be. No, we've had people complain to us that that's all they sell. And we were like, well, we'll look into other vendors, but it's kind of hard to get other vendors because most people don't do that. And if they do, it's like straight just Japanese stuff. It's stuff that hasn't been translated yet.
Yeah.
Because most of their stuff is translated, which is why they don't really update their stuff frequently. Like they sell the same things they've been selling for the last 5 years. I'm just like, wow, how are y'all still in business? That and just we had an incident with them one year, and I'm like, if I catch you in the real world, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, I've noticed that there was a while there. I want to say it's calmed down, but again, like there's only certain conventions that I've attended. So what's going on at other conventions, I have no idea. But there was a while where any of the like manga sellers at conventions tended to be pretty ridiculous because they would also be the ones that were constantly yelling out like they're like buy 2 get 1 free or like buy 4 get 30% off, like constantly yelling. And so it was like annoying to everyone around, and honestly it was annoying to everyone, not just the other vendors, but like the attendants as well. And so that is another thing too, like San Diego has a Comic-Con that you're not allowed to like play super loud music or yell from your booth or anything because they don't want vendors being abrasive towards anyone else.
So as a former vendor, I don't understand why they just don't have their booth set up to have those promotions in their signage or just displayed in the booth. You don't need to yell it. You should just be able to look and see.
I agree with that, but also from my many years of retail experience and customer service experience, I can tell you people do not read signs.
Say niggas don't read.
Yeah. So you can have it there, but like people aren't going to read. Or like if you put like 60% off and then like if you buy 5 or whatever, people are going to come up with like a single item constantly and be like, well, it says 60% off. And it's like, you didn't read the whole fucking sign. Like,
yeah, that is a very large problem I'm noticing. But I feel like people have gotten better over the years. I know when I went to Colossal Con, because they got rid of the fan art policy. No, they would just have like either small signs or like draped at the bottom of the booth. You would just see buy 2 get 1 free, with X amount of percent off, however many bought. I know it was even incorporated in the one person's art, so you could buy a piece of art that said buy 2 get 1 free. And I'm like, not what I would have gone with, but I understand. I see what you did, and I like how you did it.
Well, I would ask Puce why you don't collect, you don't hold on to anything.
Yeah,
so.
we'll come back to that. But
you can't answer that question.
Well, I mean, I wasn't really done with my explanation. That was just books and how I got my one shots.
It's true. I did cut into your shit a lot. So
no, you're fine. The anime figure, I didn't realize it was a cast off until they sent me an email saying, "Hey, your age, like your identity, we have it verified, and we noticed you bought an 18 plus figure." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh, this wasn't here when I bought it."
Just in case anyone doesn't know, will you just explain what a cast off is?
I was gonna say, what's a cast off?
Cast off figures are where you can take the clothes off the figurine and swap them, or just have them naked.
So kind of like cast off the clothing.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I didn't really think about that. I would have never thought figurines could do that, but it makes sense.
Oh my god, so many. He
doesn't know. It's okay. He doesn't know.
There was a Lady D from Resident Evil 7 or 8.
There you go.
Figure.
No. It's Village
from Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil Village 8 that I was gonna get. That was a cast off, and she's huge, tall lady. So it would have been fantastic, but unfortunately, I didn't quite have enough money for the pre-orders, and then as soon as they were like, "Hey, the pre-orders are done," they were like, "We're out of stock," and I was like, "Oh, fuck you guys."
What fucking company was that?
I don't know. I've still
I
got.
was gonna say, please don't say it was GK. Please don't.
I will look it up. I have that one bookmarked, not open tabbed, bookmarked.
I don't really. So I didn't, like I said, I didn't know the figure was cast off until they sent me that email. But I don't really do hentai figures.
It was GK.
God damn it! Of course it was.
What? So tell me about GK. What's wrong with GK?
So have you seen Jujutsu Kaisen?
I have not.
Neither you watch anime. God damn it. So GK does make a lot of unofficial licensed figures. I want you to process what I just said.
Yeah, they're selling them
legally but illegally.
Right.
Which people go, how does that work? I'm just like,
are they the ones
that?
I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off all the time. Are they the ones that did the Tifa?
Yes.
Okay.
Which many people went, "Hey, yo, how'd they get that license to Final Fantasy?" And they were like, "It's China. China." Yep.
China's copyright laws are bullshit, and that's why they get away with so much.
GK does regular, everyday regular figures, and then they do their adult figures, like Gojo with 2 dicks, Kakashi jerking off into one of Jiraiya's books. I don't remember what book series Jiraiya writes. Tifa doing the Jacko pose, but naked, resting on the Buster Sword. I'm like, listen, I don't even like Final Fantasy like that. That's disrespectful, man. Don't do that.
Are they actually decent quality? I know the pictures of them are high quality, but is it? I was like, is it like Wish, where they're like, "This is what you're getting," and then you actually get it, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
I don't know anyone that's been dumb enough to buy one, so I don't know, because those figures are not cheap.
No, they're not. So I guess I'm glad that I didn't get the Lady D one.
I was complaining to my cousin, at the height of Elden Ring's popularity. I was like, "Why is there no Ronnie figure? I want a Ronnie figure." And then GK was like, "We have one," and I'm like, "Oh, bet, cool." It's like, man, it's $150. That's kind of weird. And then I saw how tall it was, and I'm like, huh? I believe it is 150 millimeters.
So 15 centimeters.
Yeah, and I was like, what is 15 centimeters in real life?
Wait, that's how tall the
5 inches
figure was?
Yes,
for
the figure was
$150.
Yup, and I was like, yeah, we ain't gonna do that. So I just don't fuck with that company.
Are 10 inches, and they were.
Man, I was okay. So a Good Smile was like, "Hey, we have a Miles Morales figure for the Enter the Spider-Verse movie figure we're gonna release," and I was like, "Cool." And they're like, "Here's what it looks like." I was like, "Bet, I'm gonna buy it no matter what it costs." And then I saw it was $1,300, and I was like, "All right, never mind. I gotta take that one back." It's cool. It's super big and it lights up, but I'm like, I can't do that. I can't justify $1,300.
Yeah, my Spider-Man ones are just all super highly articulated, so that was most of the cost.
Yeah,
I am getting another lewd figure. They just have to finish making it, and man, finding a girlfriend's going to be really fucking hard after. I think it comes out or pre-orders start in spring of next year, and I'm like, man, how do I explain this to my future girlfriend?
The Lady D statue that I wanted to get was about
$5,000.
no, about 800.
Oh,
Holy moly.
they did make a 1-to-1 scale for like 15 grand, and I was like, no, thank you.
There's another, I think, actually like more official one that came out recently that is like a 1/6 scale or something like that, which for her is still pretty big.
Yeah.
And that one even was like 1,500, not 15,000, but 1,500.
That's crazy. But just so there is a wild disparity between male and female anime figures, and it is low-key upsetting now that I'm thinking about my friend's text. Like, yes, you want your girls to be attractive and sexy and mildly compromising poses, but like dudes don't get nothing at all. We got maybe one cool pose and that's it. I understand why companies like GK exist to give people what they want, but like, why can't the regular sculptors do cool poses for the dude figures? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Totally understand.
I think I have 2. Hold on. No, I've got Pyra, Tharja, the 3 Mikus, which is starting to become a problem. The Mallow, Ghost Pokemon. I have a Deku figure my brother got me. It's kind of it for dudes. Yeah. I have a single male. Hold on, I'm gonna go double check.
I have 3 different Spider-Man figurines. So, that's all I've got as far as figurines are concerned in general.
Oh, that's a pup figure. Doesn't count. Oh. Okay, I lied. I have a single Shinra Kusakabe figure. Who isn't a... the pose is okay. And the Deku figure doesn't count because it's a prize figure, so never mind. Man, every other figure is a Pokemon or a cute girl. Or a computer processor, in Pyra's case.
Fair enough. So I have a question. Mink already answered it all. She's most of her like collection that's not on her phone is for just artsy purposes. Do you use any of your stuff for
like 60%? If nothing on the internet's good enough that day, then more than likely gonna go, all right, time to go through the collection and find something. Maybe we'll see.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
as I discussed in the last episode, that I have a certain quality of standard for my art. Like the last 2 artists that we talked about the other week, they're in there. One for I'm sorry. The one dude was like, "Is it okay if I start drawing porn?" And we went, "How much money do you want?" He's like, "Oh, I guess I'll." Like, I've had pictures I worked on a few years ago, but I didn't release because, you know, I didn't want to try to think I was a degenerate. We were like, "How much do you want?" And then the other artist was like, "I want to start drawing porn, and y'all just have to be okay with it." And we were like, "That's fine." And they're like, "I wasn't expecting this." Well, that's right. Don't tell the internet that. And they only lost her shit for a few days, so you know it's fine. But she draws Splatoon characters, and I'm like, homie, you know what? The titties are big, so it's fine. We'll let it slide. It's fine. That's literally what the community. That was the. Hold on, I'm in the Discord right now. That would take a bit of scrolling, because someone was like, "Why do you draw kids?" And I'm like, "Oh, they don't know. Oh, they're new here. They don't know." We just kind of, let it slide if the body proportions don't look like, a child. Oh, how does that work for dudes? Because she draws dudes as well.
What?
I don't know. I
Genshin, little Genshin Impact boy with the green hair. He's a minor, but he's being possessed by a multi-thousand-year-old spirit or some shit. I don't know Genshin Impact lore. I only reason I know that is because that's what people use as a defense. And I'm like, I don't care. But like some of the dude Splatoon characters she draws, I'm like, this doesn't look like a child, but it doesn't quite look like a grown person. So I don't know how to feel. It's also a dude, and like that dick is really big for a child, so I'm gonna assume this is a grown ass adult. And I'm too scared to message her because I am in a weird position in the Discord where I shouldn't be there. But I'm like, here's a bunch of money, can I stay? She's like, this is you can stay for X amount of months, and I'm like, okay,
So what you're saying is you're squatting in a Discord server.
kinda. But like I paid for a year to be there, and the year's not up yet. She hasn't been like, here's your warning, here's your 6-month warning or anything. So I think I'm okay for a few more months. I don't know. Is she busy? So I'm not trying to bother her. And her mods kind of exist, I guess. Wait, I'm not gonna shit on her mods because they do their jobs sometimes.
Fair enough.
But if like I said, if the art isn't good, I'm probably not going to be into it unless it's like a character I like, and even then, the art has to be at least okay.
So for the most part, the merch you've bought is to support the artist, and otherwise you go and hunt down stuff you wanna enjoy yourself too.
Sure, I wish I could find another. No way, I'm supposed to get one more Dojin from Right Stuff, but they I hate Faku. I don't like Faku, so.
So do you read your Dojin? Because you have
Yes.
physical copies. You read it. Do you
Yes.
also? How do you keep from making a mess?
What do you mean?
Like, how do you not like get it all over the pages?
Nigga, how do you hold your books? What are you talking about? What?
Like, I don't know. My brain tries to
All right,
picture
all right,
it.
Puce.
and I feel
watched
like-
Puce.
You've watched too much like mainstream media where it's like, oh, you use that to masturbate, must be sticky.
Yeah, probably.
Puce, are there any books around you?
No, not right now.
Oh my god. How do you hold a book?
Usually, I put it on the desk in front of me.
What?
I sit at a table and read it.
You don't use your hands to hold the book?
Not usually.
Are you a psycho? Are you a serial killer?
Maybe.
Do you know,
I mean,
the times we've asked that on this podcast does make me worry a little bit.
Like, I set it on the table in front of me, and like I might have a hand on like the left hand side. But that's about it. Like, I'm not like I put it on the table and read it. Is that not how normal people do it?
No.
I mean, there are some people that read it that way, but a lot of people will like hold it with their non-dominant hand with their thumb in the middle. Some people will hold it by both sides.
See, I tried the non-dominant handhold thing. It was uncomfortable.
I think he's a serial killer.
Maybe.
Most people don't put their books on tables and read them.
Well, how big is the book?
I don't know, like a 200-page book.
I
Even comic books I put on tables.
I would say that like most people, not most people, I don't know. I've never really paid too much attention to people reading, but the people I have seen usually are not reading like at a table. Usually they're in a chair or in a bed or something, and so they're like sitting back and they're holding the book. They don't even have a place where they could technically like set it down aside from maybe their lap.
Even trying to think on like when I've gone flying and taken a book with me, I either set it in my lap or I set it on, like if I'm in the plane, I put it on the little like table thing.
You don't cross your leg over and like hold it there with one hand and then flip the
No,
page
not
with
usually.
the other.
If it's a very uncomfortable seat that I can't seem to sit in correctly, yes, maybe, but 99.9% of the time I'm putting it on my lap or on the table.
I feel like we should have an episode where we just like bring on a psychologist.
We're gonna have to do something because what the fuck?
I am more just
swear,
curious.
That's not normal.
I'm more just
No.
curious to have like a psychologist like go over Puce's brain and be like, oh, well, this is why he does this. This is why he does this.
That would cost money though.
For sure.
Man,
I'm sure there,
hey,
just like there are lawyers who do like cases for free. I'm sure there's psychologists who do a
we're gonna
case
have
or
to
two a
hunt
year
one
for
down
free.
because
Well,
what
and
the fuck?
I'm sure there are people out there that like will hear this and be like, oh yeah, I totally do that.
They can also be told what the fuck. You hold it by you use two hands or you use one hand.
No,
Because
you sit down and read a book.
Do you flatten it? Do you fuck up the spine?
Depends on how old. If the book's already old and the spine's broken, yes. But usually I like hold it open with one hand on like the left hand side.
You know
While
what
sitting on
I
the
think it
table.
is though? I think his books, the pages aren't as tense, for lack of a better word. Because like I can't do that with a manga. Like I can't do that.
Yeah,
Like,
it
I
takes
have
me
to have
forever
it
to
in my
read my
hand.
manga.
And where we're at now, digitally, I will just acquire a series I don't want to spend a literal fortune on and just read it on my phone. Like do I have any? I don't, because I thought, yeah, that was dumb to me. I have zero dojins on my phone. I just have manga on my phone. Oh, okay, nope. Gotta throw my phone away. Nope, new My Hero chapter. Nope. We're gonna nope.
I don't know what just happened, but I'm glad
I
whatever
threw
I
my
could do
phone on my
caused it.
bed because y'all not reading My Hero, so y'all don't know what the fuck just happened.
Nope.
We saw Invisible Girl again. I don't know.
We saw her, like,
Twice already?
we know what she looks like.
Yeah. I was like, I know I've seen the stories where it's like, oh,
No.
Showed
Those
her.
are no. We in the manga here, Horikoshi drew her face.
no, that's what I'm saying. Is like I saw the stories where they talked about how he made those reveals.
Oh yeah, I was like, so light reflection. He's like, yup, and I'm like, how are they both at the same time? So that means we got to keep. Wait, do either of y'all follow My Hero?
I haven't in a while.
Only,
Cool. So
only in what articles randomly pop up on my like Facebook feed and shit.
I'm so sorry. That is the worst possible way to do that.
Yeah.
Basically, we need Deku and Naval Laser Boy to do a combination attack, and that's how we'll get to see her face again. That's all I'm gonna say. Cause man, well, I'm probably gonna cut that, but man, she got some thick eyelashes. It's just like, what the fuck?
I don't
So-
know why, but that was so random.
Because that's like her most dominant feature of her face. Is like she's pretty. I mean, he drew her really pretty. I'm just like, some thick eyelashes though.
Oh, that's fun.
Because I was just like, oh, Minka's doing a haha funny joke meme. And I'm like, oh, no, she's serious. Oh, she don't know. She don't know what I know. Someone just got. I was like, oh, shit.
So wait, how do you guys... So back to the book reading. How do you guys read your books?
I put a thumb in the center and flip the page.
I usually will hold both pages. Like if I'm in like a big reading session, I'll usually hold it on both sides. But if I'm just kind of casually reading, I'll usually do, the thumb in the middle.
I have a manga like 3 feet away from me. I could just pick up, but I don't feel like getting out of my chair.
I have some comic books next to me.
Do
But comic books pages are flimsy, so you can just lay them out on a table and read them.
Well,
I
my
can't do that with manga.
My One Piece volumes are out in the living room, so...
Do you see what he's saying though about the eyelashes?
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, so wait, did you post the actual panel?
So I feel like this is a very hot. Well, I don't know if it's a hot topic still. I think there's a lot of passion about this topic still, but it's not as hot of a topic as it was when the Xbox One X or the Xbox One and the PS 4 were being released, but the whole push for going away from physical and going towards digital, there was a huge pushback on it. But I feel like it kind of happened and it's kind of been accepted. And there are definitely still people that have opinions about physical stuff, and I get that. I totally get that. So that would be my question with the collection of porn. Like, would you always want to be able to have some physical stuff, or if it did all turn digital, like, how would you feel?
I honestly don't see a difference between physical or digital. If you have your preference, I don't care. But for the most part, digital is just easier. If it's something I want to like have forever, I would seek out the physical copies, just because something could happen where all the digital copies get erased. But it's not
Something can
that
happen to
easy
the physical copies too, though.
Right, but if it's like a doujin or a manga or whatever, it's a lot harder to get rid of. Or like a poster or a figurine. That stuff's not exactly just gonna... Well, I mean, it could go up in flames, but...
Right, like, because I get what you're saying, and I could argue the opposite as well, because, like, figures can be broken, physical books can be stolen, they can be burnt, they can be lost. Digital stuff, yes, if you have it on a hard drive, that hard drive can get broken, can get lost, but, like, making a copy of a digital version of something is far easier than, like, having a backup of a statue. Like, you're not going to pay for $800 twice for the same statue, whereas... You know, technically, they tell you everything you have digitally, like, have at least 3 copies of it.
Right. Which is why I like to... I mean, like, obviously you can pay for digital stuff, but a lot of what you can find online is free. That's why I like to, when I say support an artist, I just buy the physical copy of something, because it's something to hold on to.
Right. So, yeah, I personally, like... I was very much a physical collector, and then, as mentioned in a previous one about the video games, like, I had that thing where basically the main core of my collection fell out the back of a truck and was lost, and so, like, I kind of had that hard life lesson of things are things, and that was kind of my spur to go a bit more digital with things. But yeah, if there's something that, like, I really want to support someone, or I really like, I still will absolutely splurge for, like, a physical version or something. Like, oftentimes I will do both. You know, it's like I will have the digital one because, like, that's the one I'm going to use or whatever, and then I will have a physical one as, like, more of a part of a collection.
An art piece.
Mm-hmm.
Totally makes sense.
All right, Alt, let out your feelings.
Man, you're gonna hate my answer.
I know you have feelings about this.
For porn, I don't really give a fuck either way.
Huh. Okay.
Unless, like, the world is falling apart and I can't get one or the other, I'm just like, I don't care. 'Cause most of the doujin I read is online, and no one's gonna take the time to translate, publish, and then ship out a 30 to 80 page one shot. No one's doing that. So I don't really care.
I will admit I am surprised.
The books I got, because the website didn't have the book, so I bought the physical book. And it was literally the opposite for the other one. The physical book was there, I just didn't have the money, so I was like, I'll just go read it online.
Did you think he was going to go physical, Linka?
Yeah, because there's other stuff. Like, when we talked about video games, he was very much like, no, I want physical copies of everything. I feel like...
Oh, yeah, true.
For my games, yeah, that's different, though. Like, when I get a job, I'm going to buy a physical copy of Xenoblade 3 so we can get Xenoblade 4 at some point. Because I have physicals of both Xenoblade 1 and 2, so those games mean a lot to me, so...
Right.
It depends on the media. Like, CD, I have Japanese CDs because I'm dumb. I have no other way to put it, and it's like, all the songs are on Spotify, so just listen to Spotify, but I'm like... Yeah, but isn't it crazy the Japanese think CDs are still super important and like that's the main source of income for them? Isn't that weird and wacky and stupid?
Yeah,
like one of the VTubers I can't even say I like her music. I don't watch any of her streams because I just don't care. She put out a new CD and I'm like, I just go listen to it on Spotify, and if I like it, I guess I'll buy it. Because it's only gonna cost me like $25 because Japanese import fee.
Right. But like not even just Japan, like BTS, I know that like one of their more recent albums, I haven't followed their stuff for a little while, but like I had a coworker a couple years back that was part of the BTS army, and like she showed me when they were coming out with a new CD that like they had the little collector's cards in there. And so
it was, people want the card. People don't care about the CD. They want that card.
Yeah, but like so they're pushing these CDs for the cards, and so people are buying multiple copies of these CDs for these cards.
Or you just charge the same price for the card because that's Korea and you can get away with that.
Right? So it is interesting to see how like CDs are still being pushed in some places and
not here.
Yeah, not here really anymore because like you hear like, oh, they're coming out with a new album, but you're not really going to you're not really going to see new CDs necessarily. Like they might still show up in stores, but when like a popular American artist says like, oh, new album coming out, you're expecting it to go on Spotify, on Amazon Music, on YouTube Music, like all of that kind of stuff.
I will say, we as Americans, we are some of the dumbest people on this goddamn planet. Because we were like, yeah, CDs are out. These are stupid. Let's go back to vinyls. And I'm like, huh? What? We're going backwards? Because of people my age, I'm like, okay, it's a novelty thing. Because I've got...
It's novelty and records just look nicer.
They do look nice. Hold on, I've got... the one album I just haven't opened.
I think I've got 10 now.
The vinyl people will tell you
I don't feel like getting that.
They'll tell you that the audio quality is like so much more pure and like better.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Yeah, like
not even a little.
It's a major like hipster movement.
Crazy people.
But like it works though, and I don't. As someone who owns vinyls as a 20. Yeah, so that's a 26-year-old. I'm like, I shouldn't own these on vinyl, but like...
Did you just forget how old you are?
Yes, because by the time this episode is out, I'm like, will I still be 26? I'm like, yeah, I'll still be 26. I don't understand it. I really don't. Because even the CDs I have, they take up so... Okay, no, that's not true. That's not true. I have the soundtrack to Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Fire Emblem Three Houses because I want all the music. And my cousin looked at me like, what? Like, I want all of it. There's got to be more than just that 10 songs they give you. And we looked it up. Fire Emblem has 6 CDs worth of music. Like, full CDs.
Yeah. A lot of the Japanese do come out with, like, their original soundtracks as albums.
18 because when Final Fantasy VII came out, they're like, all right, here are the 7 discs printed on, well, I mean, they were CDs, but the center of the CDs were different materia colors, and I went, I want that. $77, and I was like, never mind, I don't want that. That's a lot of money for 7 CDs. I was like, no, thank you. So I bought the digital version on Google Music before that went away for like $18. And I'm like, yep.
Moving on with the current subject. Is there stuff that you guys want to add to your collection, or you wish existed that you...
A girlfriend.
For your porn collection.
Yeah.
You just put her in a jar and keep her there.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Uh-oh. I think we
I'm
killed
sorry. Water. That was funny. Thank you.
I'm always looking out for more art to be able to have for hanging up. Like, I really would love to have a whole house where, like, as you're walking around, all the pictures are like super sexual, like pornographic, but like beautiful, tasteful stuff.
I was gonna say tasteful nudes.
Yeah.
Or are we talking fully erotic, tied up in BDSM poses?
Well, that can still be tasteful.
Let's go say, yeah, if the art style's good, fuck it.
Yeah. So like all of that kind of stuff, like I'm always looking out for. And like I don't think I'll ever buy any more DVDs because it just was so awkward to watch that DVD I got, which, mind you, I'm sure there's far better DVDs now.
So what
than,
you're saying is one DVD scarred you for life.
yeah, yeah, it really kind of did. But like, yeah, comics or doujin or anything like that, I would always be happy to buy if it was something that like I really was into. Because I feel like porn is an art style, so I feel like it really can like speak to you, like even if there is a sexual aspect to it, I think it can still be very deep.
Any
this dick.
books or anything you want to add to your
This
collection?
dick, shut up.
Sorry, I had to. Sorry, I had to.
There's, I mean, I've talked about Sunstone a couple times. He has another one. I don't know if it's actually going to print or if he's leaving it on his Deviant, but he's making a series called Fine Print, which is basically this woman it's not the Necronomicon necessary, I don't think, but it's something along those lines, and she accidentally summons a succubus, but she summons two, and so ends up in this battle of like one of them has to win being like satisfying her the most. And so it's this whole story about this woman and her interactions with all these succubi and like angels and demon type people. So if he does make that into a book, I definitely would be interested in getting that. And yeah, like if there were any doujin or printed hentai that I
Any
found.
figurines or stuff?
Yeah, figurines I would like to. Again, I think it would have to be a character that like I absolutely love, like Lady D. I also have seen some Marin from.
Oh man, she is getting figures, but they're wholesome, except the one.
She does have some wholesome ones, and she has some unwholesome ones.
No. GK made that. That when the news broke about there being a Marin figure, that was through GK. So I'm like, fuck out of here.
Oh, okay.
Good. Last week, 2 days. Fucking hold on. Last month, when this comes out, Good Smile was like, okay, here's a Nindroid. Here's the painted prototype of a different Nindroid. We were like, wait, what? Here's a scale figure. Here's another scale figure of her in a bikini. We have a Figma in the works. I'm like, can y'all stop and focus on another character, please?
Well, and that's the thing, is it's like her character is a cosplayer, and she cosplays from a hentai, so like it would.
Eroge, thank you very much. I think I own
Sorry.
the books. I haven't read them yet. Because me and my friend are gonna watch My Dress Up. She's from My Dress Up Darling, by the way.
Yeah. So it would not surprise me to see more lewd versions, but like, yeah, like there are certain figures that I feel like I absolutely would get some, and I don't know how soon that'll be because I also would want to make sure they were very high quality. Because I do know I have some friends that like own a lot, and there's no judgment there at all. Because everybody should be able to get the collections they want and do all of that kind of stuff. But I also don't necessarily just want a like bookshelf just full of them. Like I would want to be pretty specific with them. Kind of again to have a house that has a certain like aesthetic.
Minka, you're just calling out alt right now.
Apparently.
A little bit, because I'm getting a bookshelf for all my books and a bookshelf for all my figures, and
Which is totally fine.
I need two because they all won't fit on one shelf, and I was like,
Yeah,
I don't own a lot of figures, but the ones I own, the few I own we have super wholesome to questionable at best until I get the cast off, and then.
Yeah,
boy.
I've known quite a few people that have had like bookshelves full of them, and like I think it's fun. I think it's like a lot of fun, but that's not necessarily what I would be going after.
This
Two
isn't
bookshelves,
quite
and that's it.
porn related, but when it comes to Minka, for some reason I can picture you with one of those like full like life-size tall mannequins with sex toys artistically like put on them.
I don't know, because I don't know that I would feel that's, like, tasteful and classy.
It's fair.
Like, my dream home would be, obviously, like a big house, very, possibly even, like, Greek Roman type mansion thing.
That's what I was gonna say. Something like Greek Roman style.
Yeah, and
artistic
so
nudes
it's like,
and stuff.
yeah, like the artistic nudes, like you've got fountains, and so like I don't know that I would have something at least displayed like one of those life size like sex dolls and stuff. Like I feel like it would all be like
Oh, not a sex
big.
doll. I was talking like a plain like mannequin, like you'd see at a store, or like a fashion mannequin
Oh, I see
with
what you're saying.
like sex toys equipped on it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I might have that like somewhere if I had a specific dungeon area. I feel like that might fit there, but like the rest of it, not necessarily. Like I would more see it as like a marble statue of like a woman, where the actual statue has like, she's gagged or has like shibari ropes and stuff like that. Like that would be my ideal.
Oh,
So
you imagine anything that Minka might have?
Oh, okay. We're changing the
Wait,
question.
what?
Oh, sorry, Minka. You can keep going.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I was gonna go back to the original question of like, Alt, is there more stuff you would like to collect?
Oh, fair enough. Good idea to
And
keep going with the
she's
same
a
question.
better host than you are. That's it. The figure of the anime character. That's it. And like, yep, that's the last thing I'm gonna get.
You gotta describe it for the audience.
It's Shiki from Senran Kagura in a bunny girl suit with the little ears sitting on top of something. I don't fucking know.
I think that's just a box.
No, it's
It could be a counter or something.
It's based off of her SR in New Wave or New Link. I want to say New Link. So it's supposed to be like a casino theme. Just like, listen, I'm getting a Shiki figure. That's all. That's all I
poker
care
table,
about.
probably.
So it's
Yeah.
They've only got the prototype so far.
Yup, and they still haven't painted it. And if you look at the date of the tweet, they still haven't painted it. I'm not getting this till like 2024, and I've accepted that.
So, like, you've already paid for this thing, or
Nope.
Oh.
Pre-orders don't start until a few months after the prototype gets shown off.
Ah,
And it's going to take them like a year and a half to
Okay.
get them all made, painted,
July
and shipped.
23rd. So yeah, they wouldn't have anything necessarily.
Yep, that's it.
New.
That is
That's
the only
the
thing I
only-
desire.
Okay.
Because I don't plan on getting a whole lot of loot shit. I have the Pyra figure, but it's not really loot. It's just her and her. That's not side smash. What is that? Her doing one of the moves from the game, but that's not lewd. And I've got Tharja leaning on a table, showing her whole ass, but like she has on her clothes. She's just bent over. It's not too bad, but it's a little questionable. And that's it. Those are the two worst things I have until I get my cast off of
Oh, I don't know if you mentioned it, but I know I didn't. But I know we both do have basically porn games on our computers too. So
what?
on Steam,
yeah, hot,
adult only
sexy Steam
games.
I don't have any of those.
Yes, you do.
No.
You don't have any of the Sakura games?
No. I have one Senran Kagura game.
Oh,
Literally
okay.
for the plot.
Only
'Cause I need to know
So,
how the fuck they
yeah, I
added
guess-
Yumi into the story.
I guess that's a me thing then.
Well, like I told Puce the other day, I did find a adult themed rhythm game. That was fun.
What, like, kind of like the, oh my god, what was the super popular one that was 3 letters?
Oh no, not like Oshu. Osu? Oh, not like Osu.
Oh, Osu. What kind of rhythm game?
Just a regular rhythm game. Just click one of the 3 buttons when the thing. Hold on.
Was like,
No, but because it's on my whole ass other computer.
like DJ Hero, like Guitar Hero?
No,
like-
just like any
like the
other rhythm
Miku
game. You just
games?
click the button. You click the button when the indicator gets to the center of the screen. You click the button. Muse Dash, yeah, it's like Muse Dash, but with 3 buttons instead of
Okay.
2 halves of a controller.
Okay. I was like, there's a lot of rhythm games, man. Like,
There are.
Crypto's
I was like,
Necro
wait.
Dancer is one.
Yeah, it's like that, but you just push the button. You don't have to attack or nothing. Just boop,
Okay.
boop, boop. I mean, I took a screen recording because I was like, what's actually happening on the screen? That is my only problem with the game. It's like there's a whole sex scene happening on the front of the screen. I'm like, I'm looking at the bottom, just pushing the button. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I want to get a full combo. Like, I need to record to see what the other half looks like.
I feel like there are a lot of rhythm games like that where it's just like I need to either record this whole thing so I can watch back to see what the fuck was actually going on because I was so hyper focused on like what I had to do, or like watch somebody else play it to be like, oh, okay.
Oh, total tangent. At SGDQ, a rhythm game did get in, and watching this man play was like, how do your wrists work? How do your fingers extend that far horizontally? So if you like rhythm games, I would check that out. It was pretty cool.
Oh, do you know I've actually been watching through a bunch of the SGDQ stuff lately, and I think I saw that one but didn't end up watching it because I was like, I'm not sure. But now that you've mentioned it, I definitely will go back and watch it.
I need you to watch a few of the speedrun. I need you to watch the Mario Sunshine speedrun for me, please.
The most recent one? I was like, I've seen quite a few.
From SGDQ proper, not from the Hotfix show.
Okay, and the one that just happened?
Yes.
Okay.
Specifically the Mario Sunshine.
Mario Sunshine.
Because my friend was doing the commentary.
Oh,
Well, not
nice.
commentary, but he's an announcer, and our other friend was running the camera, and I was like, oh, I'm so proud of you two. Now get me the fuck in next year so I can get my name in the credits and have a thing to put on my resume.
Yeah, no, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, they I think they did like 10 games this year instead of the 3 from last, and I'm like, I'm so proud of you. All right, what else you want to talk about?
Well, you didn't ask me.
Oh, what
don't
would
have
you like to
anything.
collect? What would you
Yeah,
like to add your
that was
collection
the
of
question.
nothing?
Eventually, I'd like to have a man cave with a corner of lewd figures and books and stuff.
What figures? What book? Well, you read books, so I'm assuming it would all just be like Fabio bullshit.
No, I'd probably prefer Dojin.
It's
when
like
it comes to that.
there's nothing wrong with Western smut either.
No, oh my god, fucking having PTSD, Jesus, not PTSD. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
PTSD.
that's another part of my collection. I have a lesbian werewolf book that's
That'd be
smut
pretty hot.
and has a
Deja
fisting
vu.
scene.
I'm having deja vu. Ugh.
But yeah, like what kind of figures and books? I want to know.
I don't know. I'd like
Same.
to find stuff that fits. If breast expansion ever became big enough to have like Dojin and stuff written about it, probably that. But probably just kind of standard Dojin and
They
stuff
do.
that I'd like to read
It's-
over the years.
They do. The problem is the books you want to read haven't been published yet because Faku, they want to publish the most popular thing to make as much money as possible.
Wait,
which
what do you
not
mean? There's Dojin with breast, like big time Dojin with breast expansion. Is that what you're saying?
Gotta take off my glasses. Hold on. Gotta take off my glasses. You know how publishing books works, right?
Yes.
Now, you can publish whatever book you want, but as a publisher, you want to publish the most popular thing so more people buy it so you get a return on your investment. Now, Faku hasn't done that because breast expansion in Dojin isn't super popular. It's still kind of a Western thing to them. They're like, why would we do that?
Well, I must have meant. Did you say it mean like they have this on their like wait list of things that are?
No,
going
we
down
don't
the
know
road?
we don't know what's on their wait list because they won't reveal it publicly.
See, that's not important to me then.
And I'm sure it changes too as they watch trends change. I'm sure they're like, oh nope, over to this one now.
As far as
Whatever's wrong with their printing press, they need to get fucking fixed. I ordered my fucking rights of order on Christmas and I still haven't gotten it.
as far as
And there's
figures
only
and stuff
one
go,
book holding it up.
Go ahead.
You good? All
No,
do
man.
we need to let you go on your tangent.
No,
Nope.
it's fucking
Nope.
angry.
Cut him off.
Okay. As far as figures go, I don't know. want to find some cute girls with big boobs.
Man, that's like every figure ever in existence that isn't a lolly.
Exactly. So I wouldn't have a hard time.
What I want for you is just like, if you get this corner, I want you to have a screen that's just set up there, and all it plays is like, you've got just a thumb drive in it, and all it plays is just constant like breast expansion clips over and over, and it has like thousands of them, so you like are almost never seeing the same one twice.
That'd be pretty cool, honestly.
See?
Oh, you need to follow. I think it's either one or two artists, because they have figures with abnormally large boobs.
Depends on how abnormally large.
30% up, not 30. What's a big number?
You went from
50
90 to 30.
50% of the figure is literally just titties.
Okay, well, send me a link to them when you figure out where they are.
I'll find you a figure that you can like somehow turn on, and the breasts will grow on it.
That wouldn't be a figure. That would be a toy. So it would have to. Well, figures are sold as toys. So.
I was gonna say. All right.
Well, some figures are sold as toys. Others are sold as collectibles. Depends on the licensor.
So, to kind of wrap this up and start heading towards the closing time, is there any figures or posters or books or porn memorabilia that you think Minka would enjoy? That you would just be like, I could see her having that.
The My Little Pony stuff. By B Shoujo. Not B Shoujo? I think that's what the name of the company is. Where they take the regular ponies and make them into super cute anime girls. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh,
did they
turn them into
horror monsters? You know?
Yeah, for sure. On that one,
they made Chucky and Freddy Krueger super fucking hot, and I'm like uncomfortable.
Some of those
I've fun with Man Thing.
Some of those I've liked. Some of them I haven't really liked, but I also like. I'm not a huge slasher fan to begin with when it comes to horror, so some of them I'm like, oh, I don't actually care.
Okay, but the cute anime girl, Minka.
Yeah, no, some of them are super cute, but like I just because it's a cute anime girl doesn't automatically mean I like it. Like there are still some I like, some I don't. But I'm curious actually about the My Little Pony stuff, if it's actually based off the Equestria Girls stuff that they did, because My Little Pony straight up made them into
kinda
like pony girls. Okay. Because I also like My Little Pony was a huge thing for a while for me in the beginning of my transition, and you know, part of that is because like, oh, I'm taking hormones that are putting me in puberty, I'm reclaiming my childhood, I'm reclaiming that, so like there was part of it that was just like, oh, I never really got My Little Pony, so like let's get that. And also like it was actually well written, so I really enjoyed it. But I've died off a little bit on my like die hard love of My Little Pony, so I don't know.
Who's your favorite from the main six?
Rarity.
Okay. Come on, Miami, don't fuck me over.
Minka, do you?
Oh, what the fuck?
What do you think Alt should add to his collection, or think would be good for his collection?
Breast milk.
Just a bottle of breast milk.
Yeah, that's pretty cute. I was like, I've seen a lot of human versions of the ponies that, like, art-wise, that I absolutely love. Actually, I almost like their Applejack better than their Rarity. Applejack's, like, my second favorite, but...
No, that's fair. But they don't do lewd. They just do... Cool. I mean, the Bishoujo means cute girl, so...
Right, yeah.
Pretty
Bishoujo
girl,
were...
not cute girl.
They were the ones that did the whole horror series, too.
That's the figure I'm getting that is supposedly a cast-off, so...
Oh, yeah. No, I would... Like, that one's super cute.
That'd be
I love
nice.
that.
They have a fucking Daki of the mom, but it's in the official anime art style. But it's only $97.
She's got a very lewd face swap. I do love her tights and her heels, though. Those are super cute.
I just wish she wasn't NTR'd super fucking hard. That shit pisses me off. But it's because anime watchers haven't seen the dad yet. I'm like, oh right, the anime is super far behind.
Yeah, that's super cute though.
All right.
Man, it's gonna be real hard to explain to my mom when that figure gets here. Just be like, what's that? And be like, we gotta have a talk. Just sit down. We gotta have a talk.
Oh, stop derailing us for like 2 seconds, please.
I'm answering your questions. Minka, you said what figure do I think Minka should get added to her collection? Well, that was the figure.
You can't just put a link in the Discord because our audience can't see what you're showing us.
I gave enough descriptors.
Yeah, he basically
literally
said what
the
it
company.
Was.
Yeah,
Ari,
it's literally
Bishojo and.
Thank you.
Ami, not Ari.
God, could you imagine?
But yeah,
they would be the lewd figure makers.
That like for his collection, I would definitely say like anything that would be like Ara or stuff like that.
You mean the thing I just literally showed you?
Yeah.
I could
more
see
moms,
him having
please.
a bottle of breast milk though.
From who?
Like I'm picturing.
There's a lot of people selling on the internet.
You know that?
Okay, but children
from
need
Legend
that.
of
I
Zelda?
don't need that. What?
In Legend of Zelda, that like cow ranch place where you get the milk from.
Puce.
What?
I want you to. I know exactly what you're talking about
Lon
because
Ranch?
Yes.
he just said the Legend of Zelda. Do you know how many Legends of Zelda there are?
Yes, but they only have one ranch.
That's not true. DS games, which I'm going to assume you did not play.
What?
The DS games, which I'm going to assume you did not play.
The milk that has the like paper like cover, like the milk item you can get in those games. Like I can picture that, but with like instead of like the long ranch label, it'd be like a MILF.
Man, you want to know something funny? Actually,
and it wouldn't be like actual
funny?
Breast milk. It'd be like the plastic like container, fake looking milk.
I had a good segue. I had a good anecdote.
What's up?
When I was working at Staples, I had to print off stickers with that on it and like help the people put them on bottles. I've done that. Yes, when I worked at Staples.
The office.
Yes, that I literally made those exact stickers.
Yes, that's what I'm picturing, but with like a MILF instead of like a cow.
Also, I'm gonna get a little actually on you here, Puce. I'm worried that you said long ranch with G's. It is Lon Ranch. Lon.
Okay. My brain's not gonna remember that.
That's okay. I'm sure there's a lot of people that get it confused, and it's not a big deal. But I just needed to have my small actually moment. So.
But I could picture that for alt, just mostly for comedic sake.
Yeah. Just fill it with resin.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Liquid resin would be hilarious to see.
What the fuck is liquid resin?
Like the runny stuff that like it's not liquid resin, but just like filled with like non-edible liquid that looks
filled
like
with
milk
cum.
inside.
The
Possibly.
fake cum they use in porn, Japanese porn. Okay.
Yeah, or that fake cum lube you can get. Just fill it with that.
I feel like that shit's expensive.
What would you guys picture in my collection? Where were you going on, Flaminka?
I feel like I've already talked about that, where it's just like I picture the screen showing like all the clips over and over, and then somehow figuring out some like figure that you can either plug in or turn on, and it does this thing where like the breasts grow, and then you can like they can ungrow, so you can do it like over and over again. I feel like would be perfect for you.
Oh, what do you got for me?
Literally, it'd be a figure of just titties with like a of age girl attached at the back, but you can't really see her because the titties are too big.
She's like so small.
I mean, that'd be funny to have, but realistically, I don't like that big.
He does have a limit. He has talked about it.
But
you okay, hold on. Okay, back up. I have a backup. Okay. You know they call him Cake, the artist.
Yes.
You know, I think recent Casey would be a good ad for you.
Yeah.
Because, like, they've gotten huge over the years. Why can't I speak? I know why I can't speak. Man, but if Fuse gets Casey, I want the dog mom and her daughter. I want those as figures.
Fair.
Maggie and Holly. Yeah, those are their names.
Last call. Any more tidbits of information you guys want to talk about?
I wish Dojins didn't cost $20 a pop.
Yeah.
That is low-key annoying.
I definitely need to add more tentacles to my sex toy collection, which is porn adjacent.
Fair enough.
Is it though? Isn't it just porn? Just you make, but no one's recording. Isn't masturbating just porn without recording?
Well, yeah, that's kind of why I brought it up, because I was like, I feel like it's relevant enough.
Besides, some of those like toys look pretty artistic.
Yeah, and besides, I'll probably make an OnlyFans at some point. So
Do it, you won't.
I have looked. I actually have an OnlyFans technically. OnlyFans.com/buildabimbo. But I don't have any content on there yet, sadly. Got lots of body issues, so.
Haha, I can relate.
Yep.
Yay! 3 hosts who all have body issues.
Well, we live in a world where pretty much everyone has body issues, so.
Fair enough. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Lusty Lounge tonight. Please leave your empty plates and glasses on the table. The staff will take care of it. Please tip your waiters and waitresses well. We have been your lovely host, Minka, Alt, and Puce. We hope you have a good night, and please make sure to not slam the door on your way out. But please visit us at our Twitter, Patreon, Facebook, Discord. We'd love to have you around and keep talking to you about all things lewd and lusty. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.